What is going on, all you phenomenal human beings who are worthy of love? Okay, wow. I just have to say, I've taught many an asynchronous class, an online class, and there's just something very special about this class. I really got to say, you all are phenomenal. How you are engaging your head and your heart space. As Mohican peacemaker Don Coyhis would say, that the 18-inch journey between a human's head and their heart is the longest journey a human being will make in their lifetime, and you all are doing that with ease. It's been so incredible learning from you all this past week about what brings you all peace. Been inspiring. It's been bringing me peace as well too. I've been learning from each and every one of you in the responses. As we say in Oneida, let's put our minds together. So be it in our minds. As we get engage in the circle process, we use this. Think of the eagle feather here, as my grandma had instructed me as well. Whoever's holding it cannot tell a lie, and everyone is listening. Listening as intently as you are when you're speaking. And I think about what it means to be Oneida and part of our philosophy, and it means having a good heart, a good mind, and a strong fire. Your good heart of having love for yourself, love for your family, love for your community, love for your world. A good mind is being at peace and also having a generous sense of humor and recognizing that life is funny and it's okay to laugh and it's good to laugh. It's good medicine. And then recognizing that your spiritual fire, your spiritual flame has the ability to ignite other people's spiritual fires as well without losing any of your own spiritual flame. So with that being said, I just wanted to say, Yawanko and Ganalunkwa, thank you. I love you, Oneida. Let's put our minds together. So be it in our minds. Some couple little things I want to share with you all here. Thank you all so much, everyone who's responded so far. I think we're only missing about 5 responses from this week and about 4 from last week as well too. So if you haven't put those responses, do it. If you miss more than 3, you'll drop a lottery grade. If you miss more than 4, you won't be able to pass the class. But everyone who has been sharing, it's been amazing. So I just want to give a shout out to you. Yes, you've been amazing. Sam, Jesus, Mary, Lucas, Nick, Giselle, Veronica, Jess, Zetlali, Michelle, Mingjia, Lita, Diana, Skippy, Anna, Stephen, Tatum, Kiki, Ruby, Cassandra, Julian, Jelly, Meech, Maisie, Jane, Adrian, Olivia, Savannah, Abby, Vivian, and Nat. Really appreciate learning from every one of you. Really grateful to learn alongside you. So far, so great in the responses. So I'm loving that. One thing that was pointed out as well too by Chief Oren Lyons, just a note, was about L. Frank Baum, the person who created Wizard of Oz, being against Native people. Here's an article from NPR in 2010 that talked about how L. Frank Baum wrote editorials calling for killing each and every last Native American. Pretty horrific stuff for a creator of a story which is pretty beloved by many people. So pretty wild and awful when you heard Chief Oren Lyons with the breakdown of what those different things meant, and the flying monkeys being the Native people, being like these wards of the government, different things. One book we're not reading, but I know my mentor in the American Indian Studies, which is our program, Craig Stone, who is the head of the program, had encouraged us to look at as well too for this class, is Black Elk Speaks. So it's a book which I have us here as well too, but just some quotes that come to mind when I think about this is sometimes dreams are wiser than waking. I love that insight as well. Another one is not the sky a father and the earth a mother, and are not all living things with feet or wings or roots their children. Love that idea. Or roots. I love that. Another thought I think about here is Sean Wilson, who is a Cree researcher. And Sean Wilson has this idea that research is ceremony, that anytime that we are expanding our consciousness, that we're putting our minds together, that this in itself can be seen as ceremony. It can be seen as sacred and spiritual. And I was recently at a conference where I heard people talking about this notion how information is sacred. And even, for example, there's this Libriola. It's this library computer database for Indigenous peoples. And there's certain sacred information that is put on there, and it would only be available to be seen by certain peoples if this is how it is within a certain tribe or a culture. It may be that only a certain people from a certain tribe are supposed to see these stories. It may be that only a certain gender within a tribe are supposed to see these stories. It may be that only a certain clan within a tribe can see this. It may be that these stories are only supposed to be told in the wintertime. So there's this database that has this as well. Another example, when I visited the National Museum of the American Indian in Washington, D.C., and the archives that are in the surrounding area, that the idea there are some things that were covered up because it's only supposed to be seen by people from those different tribal nations. So this idea that information is sacred, research is sacred, and I really do find it to be the sacred experience. Yes, I am the professor for the class, but I'm just much more a human being who's a lifelong learner alongside you. Not so much in the titles or different boxes or different things, but the idea that we are connected, we are related, and that we are putting our minds together. And I've been so honored to learn from each and every one of you. And thanks for opening up with your head and your heart space again. As we lastly here, just wanted to show the syllabus with just a reminder of where we are at right now. Here's a reminder for this week's readings. We're continuing on, finishing out the book, Basic Call to Consciousness, going to watch some more of Chief Warren Lyons in our videos, as you saw on the discussion board. And then here, the idea that your 3 to 7 sentence weekly discussion response on Beachboard under week 4, your weekly response on the GroupMe, which has been phenomenal. I can't wait to put our minds together some more. And then also spending 10 minutes in nature. As maybe you learned from Chief Warren Lyons that for many different native peoples, they did not have this word for the wild or wilderness. This was like a foreign concept to native peoples when colonists and settlers came here and we're starting to call this area the wilderness or the wild. That this is nature. This is an extension of ourselves. This is who we are as people. I think that's a good idea when you're going out there and you're with meditation and gratitude and you're seeing nature. I encourage you to continue to see it as a relative, as an extension of yourself, as a relative to be cared for, as opposed to just something that is dead to be exploited. But I think something that's very much living, that produces life, Mother Earth, that we are all a part of it. So with that being said, I've heard it said by Prolific the rapper, if the Earth is not your mother, are you from Mars? And with that being said, people, I just want to say, Yawanko Ganalukwa Nugiwa. Thank you. I love you. Until next time. Invitation, not an obligation. Like a string is pulling through your head, sitting up nice and tall, taking the deepest breath of love you have had all day, breathing in some love. Exhale some love. You are love. You are worthy of love. I appreciate you very much. In the words of DJ Felly Fell, if ain't nobody loves you, Dr. Reed loves you. I love you very much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Looking forward to learning from you some more. Take care.